Welcome to Steinley Stadium for some boys soccer action this afternoon as the Lower Moreland Lions take on the Hatboro-Horsham Hatters. I'm JJ Miller. With me tonight, Becca Nice, and we're going to be your announcers for this afternoon's game. So Becca, the Hatters are coming off a 1-0 loss to the Upper Dublin Cardinals yesterday, and they're looking to change that direction during this game.
That's right, JJ. The 5-2 Hatters lost to the Cardinals yesterday in a double overtime, and today they are facing the Lower Moreland Lions, who have had a very good season so far. 4 wins, 0 losses, and 2 ties. It should be a good game.
It definitely should. Let's get ready for some soccer as Lower Moreland takes on Hatboro-Horsham.
Tonight's sporting event is brought to you by Safe Driving Coach, coaching teens defensive driving habits that will last a lifetime.
Hello everybody, welcome to Hatters Stadium for some boys soccer action this afternoon. I'm JJ Miller. With me, Becca Nice will be your announcers for this evening. So teams are in their respective huddles right now. So we'll take a look at some stats for the Hatters while we wait for things to get started. So the Hatters did lose a game yesterday to Upper Dublin. Their record overall is 5-2. Goals for, 13, goals against 3. Some of the main key players include Slosher, Catherine, Harmon, and Friedman. All right, Lower Moreland is getting into position on the field. Hatters just breaking out of their huddle now and starting to go into their spots. Again, just waiting for things to get started. Hatters trying to pick back up after that loss yesterday, and things are going. Possession starting with Lower Moreland. Ball already going out of bounds. And that's a turnover to the Hatters. Nice couple of head bumps there. Hatters doing an excellent job getting the ball away and back to their side and keeping it with their players. Hatters doing a very good job so far keeping the ball away once they have it and really doing a good job getting it back. Shagog's got it now, passing to Scavo. And ball is out, and it's a turnover to Lower Moreland. Refs make a call, possession going to the Hatters. Shagog sends it in, gets it to Scavo. And possession goes to Lower Moreland. Number 8, Kroll starts with possession, then it goes to Krutzinger. Krutzinger getting it across to Morris, who kicks it over towards the Hatters' goal, but the Hatters are able to intercept, pick it back up. Hatters moving almost to the halfway mark, then moving back a little bit. Lower Moreland's got possession now. Hatters looking to try and steal it back.
Hatters regain possession of the ball, and now Lower Moreland has it again.
Yeah, a lot of back and forth these first few minutes of the game. We've got just about 38 minutes left on the clock as Hatters and Lower Moreland still fighting for possession. Hatters sending it far off. Another head bump there from Diaz in Lower Moreland. Then it goes to Krutzinger. Krutzinger getting it to Ernst. Ernst and Harmon arguing for possession. Then Scavo's able to send it over to Toporowski. And the Hatters have possession. Nice head bump there from Krutzinger, keeping it out of the goal. And now Lower Moreland's back with it, heading towards scoring territory just over the halfway mark. But the Hatters are able to briefly get it back. Very nice save there by Lower Moreland goalie. Possession goes to the Hatters, I believe, or... Looks like yes, possession's going to the Hatters as things get started back up. Nice block there by Lower Moreland's 15, Waichoff. Hatters getting back into it, trying to keep possession, but they just keep having the ball go out of bounds.
Lower Moreland has a very strong defense.
I totally agree with that, Becca. Even when the Hatters get deep into their territory, they're still able to find a way to get the ball back. Hatters in possession now.
Headed towards the goal.
Yep, Hatters are definitely looking to score and get some points on the board and create a lead that they can keep throughout the rest of the game. Now, Lower Moreland's Moffat has possession. He passes it to Ernst. Ernst tries to send it over to Alisea, but Hatters pick it up, but it does stay with Lower Moreland in the end. Alisea for Lower Moreland with the ball. Now, Harmon trying to get it back to the Hatters. Goes far out. Lower Moreland goalie in possession, and he sends it over to Krutzinger. Krutzinger with a long pass to Mertens. And ball is out of bounds now, but possession will go to the Hatters. Shigog throws it in. It goes to Catherine, but Lower Moreland gets possession of it. Hatters looking for opportunities to intercept these passes, but they're just not finding them yet. Lower Moreland still with possession, moving towards scoring territory.
It's getting very close.
Definitely. Now Hatters goalie Schlosser tosses it in. Lower Moreland is able to pick it up. Hatters looking like they're going to get it back. Still a lot of fighting almost between Lower Moreland and the Hatters over who's going to have possession. Looks like Lower Moreland is winning out for now. Krutzinger moving with it, passes it over to Kroll. Then it goes to his brother.
I'm sure this will be a very close game as the Hatters and the Lions keep going back and forth.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be very close. I think there's only been one scoring attempt thus far, and it's been by the Hatters. Lower Moreland hasn't really gotten the opening, though they're very close to getting one right now. But Hatter's defense is very successful, as well as Lower Moreland's. Hatter's tossing it in. Lower Moreland picking it back up, then to the Hatters. Shagog passing it all the way to Scavo. But the ball goes out, and Shagog will throw it back in. Quick substitution as Nathan Scavo heads off and Jack Elwell heads on for the Hatters. And play resumes from Elwell to Shagog. Catherine and Elwell getting close to scoring, but Lower Moreland, being able to prevent it. Lower Moreland throwing it in. Hatters narrowly missing an opportunity to intercept. Lower Moreland goalie sends it out to Ernst. Ernst getting it over to Moffitt. Moffitt sends it to Krutzinger. Krutzinger to Alisea. And Harmon looks like he's trying to intercept it, and he's able to get it deep into Hatters territory. Hatters goalie Noah Schlosser tosses it out. And more back and forth between the Hatters and Lower Moreland, like we've been seeing all game. We've got 30 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock, and score is still 0-0 as of right now.
Ball out of bounds, and it looks like it's going to the Hatters.
Can you guys hear me? Okay, so this makes sense.
And play resumes. Another head bump from Lower Moreland, one from the Hatters as well. Shagog kicks it far out. And Lower Moreland goalie able to get it back. Sends it over. Shagog intercepts. Then Nick Catherine is trying to get on top of it. Catherine's going with it, but ball goes over the net. Lower Moreland will start with possession as play resumes. Number 2, Alisea kicks it out. Ball is now deep in Hatters territory. Narrowly missed a goal there. That was number 22, John Kroll for Lower Moreland, just missing. Ball just sailed over the top of the net as opposed to into it. Now Noah Schlosser will resume play for the Hatters. Schlosser kicks it in, lands right near Harmon. Ball goes out.
Possession goes to the Hatters.
Yes. Ball's back in play with Harmon first. And then it's out again. Now Lower Moreland will start with possession. Alisea passes it over to Diaz. A lot of the ball going in and out of bounds right now while they're on the edge of the field. And now they're in scoring territory for the Hatters, but Lower Moreland's looking to move back to where they can hopefully get some goals. Hatters trying to recover possession, but just not able to at the moment. Number 7, Krutzinger passes it in for Lower Moreland. But now looks like Hatters will start with possession. Hudson kicks it in. Goes to now Lower Moreland.
Ball out of bounds again. Hatters throw it in.
And the ball's out again. Now Lower Moreland will start with possession. Hatters 11, Toporowski getting a pass off to Nick Catherine. Then its possession is back with Lower Moreland. 22, Kroll moving it down the field, looking to score. Then it goes to Alisea. Looks like Hatters will now have possession and Schlosser will resume play. And Schlosser sends it. Now a lot of back and forth. Toporowski and Kroll arguing a bit for possession there. Still a lot of back and forth. Hatters have it for now with number 11, Ryan Toporowski, throwing it in. That pass, still a lot of arguing between Lower Moreland and the Hatters. Now Hatters will have possession for a corner kick. Each team trying to get the upper hand here.
Good defense from Lower Moreland.
Definitely, definitely.
But also strong offense from the Hatters. So it's hard to tell.
Yeah, I agree. I think these two teams are very well matched and they have a lot of the same skills. So they haven't found the weaknesses that they're looking for in order to start scoring just yet. We've got about 24 minutes, 30 seconds left on the clock. Score is still 0-0 as the ball rolls on out of bounds again. Looks like Hatters will start with possession. Or, nope, Lower Moreland. Lower Moreland in possession now, number 15, Waychoff. Waychoff surrounded by 3 members of the Hatters. Now 4 at one point. Number 3, Diaz sends it in to Alisea. And the ball goes out again. Now Toporowski will throw it in for the Hatters. Toporowski sends it in. Lower Moreland moving it from player to player after they were able to intercept that. And the ball goes out again. Possession with the Hatters now. Goes to Harmon. Then over to Kroll. And ball is out again. Hatters number 8, Guevara, will toss it in. And play resumes. Still pretty deep in Lower Moreland territory. And still the same back and forth that we've been seeing all throughout the game. Now Lower Moreland is able to move it into Hatter's territory, but goalkeeper Noah Schlosser is able to send that ball away. Now it's with Krutzinger. Krutzinger then to Harmon, then to Alisea, then Diaz. Then Kroll, who's being challenged by Hudson. Looks like Alisea will kick off play after stumbling a little bit there after going head-to-head with Hudson for the ball. Goalkeeper for the Hatters, Noah Schlosser, hasn't really had to do much. Hatters defense hasn't really let Lower Moreland score, so we haven't seen any dramatic saves from Schlosser yet. But he has had 5 shutouts this season, so if Lower Moreland gets closer to scoring, you'll definitely be hearing Schlosser's name more and more this afternoon as the game progresses. Still the same back and forth between Lower Moreland and the Hatters. Harmon and Waychoff going head-to-head for a little bit there. Then to Toporowski. Then
Good save from Lower Moreland's goalie.
definitely, that was a very good save. Now Toporowski able to get the ball over to Harmon. And then to Elwell. And the ball is out of bounds again. And possession will go to Lower Moreland. Quick substitution there as Diaz heads off for Lower Moreland and number 17 Feldman heads on. Number 2 Alisea kicks it. Goes to 25, then over to Feldman, who just came on in that sub. Ball very nearly goes out, but Morris is able to keep it in. Kim trying to get possession for the Hatters, but not really able to do more besides bounce it out of bounds. And Lower Moreland will have possession. Feldman tosses it in, it goes to Waychoff. Then to Alisea. Then over to the Hatters with Elwell. Then to Krutzinger. Elwell is trying to get it away, but it just keeps going back to Lower Moreland. Alisea has it now. Does a long pass deep into Hatters territory that Waychoff is able to send over to Temirov, getting very close to goal territory.
And the ball is out of bounds, but that was a very close call.
It was. Some excellent defense by the Hatters just now. They're definitely staying on top of things. Hatters have possession, they toss it in. Scattergood sending it over towards Catherine, but Lower Moreland's able to pick it up again. As Krutzinger has it. Passing it to Alisea. Alisea gets it over to his brother. And Krutzinger does a long pass into Hatters territory. Shugo trying to pick it up and take it away from Lower Moreland. Not quite able to. Bit of a pause here as Waitroff gets up.
And it looks like Lower Moreland is going to take a penalty kick.
Yep. Number 9, Brandon Alisea. Looks like he'll take that kick. Score is still 0-0, about 17 minutes, 30 seconds left on the clock. And I think what we're seeing overall right now is just a lot of back and forth, ball going in and out of bounds, possession bouncing back and forth between the two teams, bouncing back and forth between which side of the field we're on. We're really just waiting for one team to get the upper hand, and then we'll see where it goes from there.
Absolutely. It's very hard to tell as of right now what the outcome of this game will be.
I totally agree. Lower Moreland hanging on to possession by the most part, but Harmon's got something to say about that. He tries to get in there, but the Lions are able to hold on to it. Krutzinger passes it over to Kroll. Then Shagog is able to get it to Schlosser, the Hatters goalie. Schlosser tosses it out, goes to Toporowski. Then back to Lower Moreland, but Shagog is trying to get in there. Very narrow miss by Noah Schlosser, and Lower Moreland has now scored their first point. Score is now 1-0 in Lower Moreland's favor, and we've got 16:20 left on the clock. Looks like Hatters. Yep, looks like Hatters will start with possession. And play resumes. Harmon gets it over to Shagog. Shagog gets it to Catherine. Catherine managing to hold on to it after facing a lot of heat from Lower Moreland's defense. But Lower Moreland picks it up. Toporowski trying to get in there and get it back. Ball's now deep in Hatters territory. Toporowski's able to get it back over to Shagog. Shagog with a long pass towards Elwell. Lower Moreland looks like they've got it now, but Hatters are trying to get in there and say something about that. Alisea and Catherine going head to head. Near miss there by Jack Alwell. Hatters are trying to even out this score as a quick substitution. Harmon and Elwell heading off as I believe Scavo heads back on, as well as Friedman for the Hatters. Alisea resuming play for Lower Moreland. Toporowski getting possession, sending it over to Catherine. Catherine and Krutzinger going head to head for a little bit. And Lower Moreland will have possession. It goes from Krutzinger to Alisea.
And Hatters are taking it down the field.
Yes, they are.
But Lower Moreland regains control of the ball.
Yep. Lower Moreland still in control at the moment. Kroll's got it. Was challenged a bit by Shagog, but he's able to get it away to Alisea. Hatters have it now. Catherine sending it over towards Scavo, but it's back with Lower Moreland's Alisea now. From Alisea to Krutzinger to Kroll. And now Shagog will throw it in for the Hatters. Shagog gets it to Catherine. Looks like Krutzinger twisted in midair while trying to do a head bump to get the ball away from the Hatters. Play stops while they make sure that he's okay.
And he gets up.
Yep, it looks like he's gonna stay in the game. So hopefully he's doing all right. Or nope, they're going to substitute him out. So coming on in Krutzinger's place will be number 4, Stepanski. Now, looks like Noah Schlosser is gearing up to throw the ball in for the Hatters to resume play in a few moments.
There's about 13 minutes left on the clock, and the score is 1-0 with Lower Moreland in the lead.
And Schlosser about to resume play for the Hatters. He throws it. Lower Moreland going for it, but Hatters don't want to let that happen. Scava running it down. Gets the ball back in. Nice save by the Lower Moreland goalie just there.
That was very close.
Definitely. He gets it over to Alisea. Couple more head bumps from the Hatters and from Lower Moreland as well.
Ball out of bounds.
Right now, it's still the same back and forth that we've been seeing all throughout the game. Hatters trying to get possession, but Lower Moreland still hanging on to it. Toporowski challenging Waychoff a little bit. And it goes out to Hudson and Schlosser. Schlosser throws it in. Then it goes to Toporowski. Then to Scattergood. Lower Moreland taking possession. Waychoff trying to keep it away from Hatter's defense. He gets it to Alisea, then to Kroll. And the ball is out of bounds yet again. Hatters resuming play with possession. Scattergood gets it to Toporowski. Then Lower Moreland picks it back up.
Hatters defense gets it away from the goal.
Yes, they do. That's something they've been pretty good at, except for that one time. Even if the ball gets deep into Hatters territory, they're able to get it away and kind of stop whatever momentum Lower Moreland builds up, which I think that's going to be the key for both teams. Whichever one wins, they're going to have to build up momentum and keep that momentum going and not let the other team's defense stop them.
I definitely agree.
Lower Moreland goalie tossing it in. Goes to Feldman.
Hatters trying to regain control of the ball, but it goes out.
Alisea getting ready to kick for Lower Moreland. Hatters picking back up briefly before it goes to Lower Moreland. Kroll, then Toporowski. Friedman has it now for the Hatters. From Friedman, it goes to Catherine, then to Lower Moreland's Waichoff. Ball goes out of bounds. Lower Moreland will resume play with possession. It goes from Kroll, who's dealing with Scavo and Catherine. And Lower Moreland will still have possession. Alisea kicks. Hatters trying to pick it back up, not quite able to as it goes out of bounds again. Schlosser resuming play yet again for the Hatters. Quick substitution for Lower Moreland as Krutzinger comes back and Stepanski heads off. Good to see that Krutzinger recovered from that fall earlier in the game. And we've got 7:35 on the clock and 1-0 in favor of the Lions. Plays back in. Hatters managing to keep it as it goes from Catherine to Harmon, then picked up by Lower Moreland. Kroll, then Shagog. Hatters not able to hold on to it as the ball goes out of bounds, but they will resume with possession. Turnover to Lower Moreland. And now possession is with the Hatters. Still a lot of the same back and forth that we've been seeing the whole time. Just neither team able to hold on to the ball for very long. Hudson's got it. He gets it over to Shagog. Shagog gets it to Catherine. Catherine isn't able to hold on to it, so he passes. Ball does go out of bounds, but
I can't.
looks like the Hatters should have possession. Friedman sends it in, goes to Catherine. Catherine's moving to try and score, but isn't able to thanks to that Lower Moreland defense. Ball goes to Hudson. Hudson gets it to Shagog. Shagog goes with a long pass. Toporowski is able to help try and keep it away from Lower Moreland. Mutt, Kroll gets it, sends it out. Mutt Guevara is able to keep it out of the Lions' hands for a little while longer. But now possession will go to Lower Moreland. Alisea does a long pass. Kim is trying to pick it up for the Hatters. He's able to hold on to it. He does his long pass of his own towards Catherine, but Kroll intercepts. Now it's back with Catherine. Alisea kicks it away. Shagog bumps it. A lot of close back and forth now after these few long passes. Waichoff sends it over to Kroll for Lower Moreland. They're moving to score. Hatters have to get on top of it. Hudson's able to get it out of bounds. But play is going to resume with Lower Moreland in possession. Krutzinger sends it over to Alisea. Narrowly missing a goal there was Lower Moreland, but Noah Schlosser is able to prevent that score from happening. Shagog with nice play there, managing to keep it away from Attias. Now Alisea is on top of the ball. Friedman's trying to get in there. Is able to block it and force the ball out of bounds. We've got about 3 minutes, 45 seconds left on the clock. Hatters still haven't scored, but they've got a lot of momentum and they're in the right position if they can get the ball back from Lower Moreland. Krutzinger sends it in. Hudson kicks it away. Morris is on top of it, but the Hatters are trying to get in there. Lower Moreland goalie pretty much falling on top of Romano just there. Hatters were not pleased that no call was made. But they do have possession now.
Good save from Lower Moreland's goalie.
Definitely. Lower Moreland goalie kicks it out. Shagog is on top of it, gets it over to Catherine. Then Toporowski gets in there. Shagog again, as well as Wingen.
Hatters' offense is taking it down the field.
Definitely. Nick Catherine narrowly missing an opportunity to score there. He's got about 2.5 minutes left to try again, as Alisea will resume play for Lower Moreland. Alisea kicks. Toporowski gets it over to Wingen. Then it goes all the way down to Schlosser. Schlosser kicks it to Shagog. And the ball sails out of bounds. Lower Moreland unfreezes play with possession. Alisea sends it over to Morris. Then to Kroll, then over to Ernst. And possession goes to the Hatters. Toporowski throws it in. Goes over towards Catherine, but Krutzinger is able to get it away. Wingen is trying to get in there along with Harmon and get it back. They've got just about a minute left to try and score. Hudson and Shagog trying to get the ball back into an area where the Hatters can score. Hudson with a long pass. Lower Moreland's goalie sends it over to Alisea. Alisea kicks it. Hatters are able to intercept and pick up possession. Wingen sends it over to Shagog. From Shagog, it goes out towards Harmon, but Lower Moreland's able to get it back. Wingen and Alisea going head-to-head for a little bit. Hatters running down. Nice save by Noah Schlosser.
Just a few seconds left on the clock.
Yep. And time is up for that first half. Definitely, we were on our edge of our seats the whole time. Very intense, fast-paced, lots of high energy in this first half. But now it's halftime. Score is 1-0. And we will see you in the second half.
For over a decade, the Hatboro-Horsham Television Network has served the school district community by informing, educating, and entertaining its viewers about the school district. You can catch us live or view pre-recorded programs on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. HHTV can also be viewed on Xfinity Channel 28 and Fios Channel 33. Follow us on social media and subscribe for the latest HHTV releases. HHTV, bringing smiles around the school district.
Now it's time to look at our safe driving coach defensive play of the game. So we saw a great kick there from Nate Scavo for the Hatters, and then a spectacular save by the Lower Moreland goalie. And that was our safe driving coach defensive play of the game. Safe driving coach, coaching teams defensive driving habits that will last a lifetime. Welcome back, everyone, for the second half of this afternoon's boys soccer game, where the Hatboro-Horsham Hatters are at home taking on the Lower Moreland Lions. We've got 40 minutes left on the clock, and the score is 1-0, still in favor of Lower Moreland.
The previous half has been very close between Lower Moreland and the Hatters, so I'm excited to see what will be different and what will stay the same this half.
Yeah, I'm excited too, Becca. Like you said, it's been very close, a lot of back and forth between who's got possession and back and forth between the two teams. And they've both got strong offense and strong defense. So, like you said, it's going to be very close and very interesting to watch.
The teams are in their huddles.
Yep, Hatters are breaking away, starting to get into position. And Lower Moreland coming out as well.
The game should be starting any second. And here we go. Hatters start with possession of the ball.
Yep, should go sending it over. Kroll intercepting for Lower Moreland. Alisea with a long kick over towards Kroll. Then Lower Moreland goalie picking it up. Or Schlosser, my bad. Schlosser gets it over to Toporowski. Then to Pamelia. And Hatters sending it. Still back and forth now. Lower Moreland's got it. Toporowski and Wachoff. Then it goes to Catherine. Catherine gets it over to Harmon. Narrowly misses scoring.
Very close call.
Definitely. If this was football, that would have been a point. But alas, this is not football. Alisea has got it now for Lower Moreland. And Alisea kicks.
Ball is out of bounds.
Yep. It's not totally clear yet who's going to have possession. Looks like it will be Lower Moreland.
Okay, I'll do that.
Kritzinger sends it in. And then it goes to Harmon, then to Catherine. Catherine dealing with 3 defenders from Lower Moreland, so they take possession. Then it goes to Stepanski, or Diaz, my bad. Ball is out of bounds again. Diaz throws it in, it goes to Kroll. Kroll and Kim facing off. Hatters able to get a long pass heading towards possession. Romano, Waichoff, and Guevara all going after it there.
Do you want me to try to move the camera to the right a little bit?
Possession goes to Lower Moreland.
It's a little off. I got about an inch ahead.
And play resumes. Kroll falls down there while trying to get possession. And now Schlosser will take hold of the ball. Schlosser kicks it out. Scavo gets it, sends it down towards Romano. Romano is able to keep it away from Morris. He's also able to keep the ball from going out of bounds. It goes to Guevara. Then over towards Friedman. Then Toporowski. Hatters are getting close to scoring. They're building up this momentum and they're keeping it. Catherine falls there. Looks like he's all right for the most part. Hatters and everybody getting set up for a penalty kick. Nice kick there by Hudson, and it's in.
That's a goal for the Hatters.
Yep, score is now 1-1, and we've got 35 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock. Hatters are definitely pleased to have some points on the board at last, and it'll be interesting to see if they keep running with this momentum that they're starting to get. Kroll unfreezes play for Lower Moreland, sends it over to Waichoff. Scavo tries to get it away, but is unsuccessful. It goes to Diaz. Then over to Morris. Diaz dealing with Romano and Scavo, trying to get possession for the Hatters, but Lower Moreland's able to hold on to it. Scavo gets it for the Hatters. Tries to get it to Romano, but it goes out of bounds. And Toporowski will toss it in for the Hatters. Throw in heads over towards Nick Catherine, but Lower Moreland's able to get it away. Moffitt knocked down there as he goes head to head with Kim.
But it looks like he's getting up.
Yes. It appears that Moffitt will stay in the game after that. And Lower Moreland will have possession. Alisea kicks it. Looks like Schlosser's able to get it. Knocks down Shagog in the process, but they're both okay.
Impressive save.
Definitely. Lower Moreland's got it, but the Hatters are trying to pick it back up. Still a lot of this back and forth focused around the midfield area. Toporowski now with possession. Throwing it out, Romano's running it down. Able to keep it in bounds and keep it away from those two Lower Moreland defenders. He gets it over to Scavo. But the ball is then out of bounds and possession will go to Lower Moreland. Krutzinger throws it in. It goes to Waychoff. Hudson's able to get it away a little bit. But Friedman fell down a little bit there for the Hatters, but he was able to stay up. Schlosser kicks it up, and it goes to Shagog. Now Friedman's got it. Going for the goal, but an excellent save there by Lower Moreland.
Something I noticed this half that I think will help both teams is that the players are more spread out. And I think this is good because when you have clumps, it's easy for another team to get a breakaway.
I agree. I think definitely much more spread out compared to last half. Now Lower Moreland with possession. Alisea getting ready to kick it in. And Alisea unfreezes play. Gets it over towards Ernst. And from Alisea to Waychoff. But Romano's getting in there and is able to get possession back for the Hatters. Toporowski's able to get it away briefly before it goes back to Lower Moreland. Now it's with Kroll. Diaz doing an excellent job keeping the ball away from two Hatters defenders. Hudson's able to kick it out.
And the ball goes soaring into the bleachers.
Yep. Diaz about to unfreeze play with what I assume is a different ball than the one that just hit the bleachers. Waychoff manages to keep it away from Friedman. Scavo gets possession back to the Hatters.
Hatters take a penalty kick.
Hatters not quite able to hang on to possession. Hudson kicks it down. It goes to Kroll. Waychoff is keeping it away from Toporowski, but Hudson's running it down. Ball goes out of bounds. We've got about 29 minutes, 40 seconds left on the clock, and the score is still 1 all around. Lower Moreland getting ready to score, but Hazard's defense is able to keep Waychoff away. Toporowski able to send it over to Romano.
And the ball is out. Lower Moreland takes control. Hatters defense falls back.
Morris throws it in. It goes to Kroll. Then to Waychoff. Hatters are able to get it away. Goes to Scavo. Falls down but gets back up as Lower Moreland takes possession. Lower Moreland getting dangerously close to scoring. But Hatter's defense is able to keep it away even when Schlosser is not right at the net.
Always not work at the outside.
Schlosser now getting ready to kick it in. And play is resumed.
Kroll intercepts. Lower Moreland is taking it down.
Yep, Diaz has got it now. Romano's trying to get it away as well as Toporowski. Catherine sends it over to Toporowski, then it's to Romano. And the ball is out of bounds. Possession will go to the Hatters.
It is certainly not easy to get through the Hatters defense.
Yeah, Hatters all throughout this game have been playing a very, very strong defense. Noah Schlosser, the goalkeeper, really hasn't had to do that much in terms of goalkeeping, thanks to his teammates' defense this game. And I think, like we mentioned earlier, the Hatters are coming off a loss yesterday against Upper Dublin, and I think you can definitely see that with how they're playing. They're fierce. They're not giving Lower Moreland any breaks, and they're definitely out here to win. Looks like Nathan Scavo fell down, but he's getting back up. Looks like the Hatters are getting ready to take a penalty kick. Hudson kicks, but the ball goes out of bounds. Possession goes to Shagog for the Hatters.
And the ball is out again.
We're seeing a lot of that this game. Balls just going in and out constantly. Lower Moreland managing to pick it up, starts going down the field. Moffat's got it. Now he's going head to head with Hudson. Hudson able to get it away. Hatters moving it away from their goal. Nice kick from Hudson.
Sending it back down.
It's a race between Scavo and Aliseo who's going to get there. But looks like possession is going to go to Lower Moreland after that ball goes out of bounds. Krutzinger sends it in, then it goes to Kroll. Back to Krutzinger, who's going head to head with Catherine, but he's able to keep it away. Then it goes to Moffat. Then back to Hudson for the Hatters with another great kick.
I think it's amazing to see both teams' determination. I definitely started to notice it after the Lions' first goal. You could see the Hatters wanted to bounce back and the Lions wanted to keep going.
I totally agree. It's really awesome to see how the teams build up momentum throughout the game and use it to their advantages. Hatters getting ready for another kick. Narrowly missing the goal there. Looks like Alisea will resume play with possession for Lower Moreland. Outside kicks it. It goes to Kroll. Then to Ernst and over to Waichoff. And Alisea now to Romano for the Hatters. Romano sending it over to Friedman. Then it goes to Kim. Kim gets it over to Scavo, then back to Romano.
This is some
then
good
towards
communication.
Friedman. It's definitely good communication. Hatters are very on top of it. Shagog able to prevent the ball from going out of bounds, but he's not able to get it to anyone to score. So looks like Alisea will start off again with Lower Moreland possession. Score is still 1-1, and we've got about 22 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock right now. Alisea kicks it in. Toporowski and Guevara trying to keep it away from Lower Moreland, but they are able to pick it up. Moffat gets it to Waichoff. Then it goes to Kroll, then to Morris. Waichoff and Toporowski going head to head. Kroll gets it. Now with Alisea. Hatters playing some very strong defense right now. Looks like two players tumble down there as the ball goes out of bounds. Looks like that was Shagog and Ernst. But both of them are all right, and they're still in the game. Ball almost sails out, but it stays in for a little while longer. It's going towards territory where Hatters could score.
And the Lions are in a takeaway.
Yep. Guevara unfreezes play for the Hatters with possession. Gets it to Romano. Then over to Kim. Kim's heading it towards Harmon. Scavo's on top of it, trying to keep it away from those two Lower Moreland defenders. Friedman is in there as well. Lower Moreland is able to pick it back up. Shagog and Guevara getting in there. Romano sends it over to Kim. Kim tries to get it to Harmon, but Kroll gets in the way. Kroll gets it over to Waichoff. Elwell's able to get it over towards Romano. Krotzinger's able to send it over to Kroll for Lower Moreland. Hatters are trying to hang on to possession. They're able to. Friedman's got it. Friedman's running it downfield. He gets it over to Harmon. Harmon sends it over towards Friedman, but it goes back to Lower Moreland.
I feel like we didn't talk much about Lower Moreland's defense in the first half, but we definitely see them now.
I agree. I think the first half, like we've been saying, it was a lot of back and forth, but now we're seeing teams have possession of the ball longer. And so we're starting to see, like you said, that Lower Moreland's defense is really coming into their own, and they're doing a very good job of preventing the Hatters from scoring throughout this half. Lower Moreland with possession now.
There's 18 minutes left on the clock, and the score is still tied 1-1.
Still a lot of long back and forth between Lower Moreland and the Hatters. Guevara and Kim getting in around Diaz, trying to get the ball back. Hudson's able to get it out of bounds.
I won't be able to get this through, and it's gotta be going. Never mind.
Morris sends it over to Kroll, then to Moffitt. Shagog and Ernst each trying to get possession for their respective teams. Schlosser picks it up. And he sends it in for the Hatters. Goes down deep. Catherine's going to try and run it down and attempt to score.
Hatters take control, and that's a
it's
goal
a
for,
score.
goal for the Hatters.
That was Nick Catherine there, number 9 on that. And that is the first point the Hatters have gotten that was not a penalty. The first point they scored this game was a penalty kick, but now Nick Catherine in there. He has scored 3 goals this season and has had 1 assist, so he's definitely one of the standout players so far this season for the Hatters. Now we've got 17 minutes, 30 seconds left on the clock, and Hatters are up by 1 point. So they've got a lead, they've got the momentum, they need to hang on to it if they want to win this game. Ball goes out of bounds yet again. Lower Moreland picking up possession. Krutzinger sends it in. Scavo trying to get in there and steal, but not quite able to. Alisea falls down but gets back up. Toporowski in trying to get possession. The ball goes to Schlosser for the Hatters. Hatters have possession now. Scavo sends it towards Catherine. Catherine kicks it over. It goes over towards Elwell, but it is out.
Catherine has definitely been standing out this afternoon. He's a very strong offensive player and one to look out for.
I totally agree. Quick substitution for the Hatters as Scavo heads off and Friedman comes back on. Hatters starting to run it down. Friedman's looking to score, but he doesn't have the opening, so he sends it over towards Elwell and Scattergood. Now looks like Harmon will take the corner kick. Harmon kicks it in. Head bump and the ball goes quite a ways out of bounds and bounces off the scoreboard. And Lower Moreland will have possession. Play resumes with Lower Moreland in possession, and the ball goes out again. Moffitt throws it in. Catherine tries to get it away. Harmon is able to use that momentum and get it back to Catherine. It's going back and forth between the two. Alisea and Scattergood going head-to-head for possession. And it's back to Toporowski. Guevara picks it up just before it goes out of bounds and gets ready to throw it in.
Another thing I've noticed this half is the strength in the Hatters' passes. They definitely have some great communication going on.
I totally agree, and I think that's why they were able to finally get that first point that wasn't a penalty kick is, like you said, Becca, they're really communicating with each other and finding the openings that they need in order to score. You can see that right there, another great pass by the Hatters.
A Hatter falls down.
That's number 10, Caleb Hudson. Elwell's over there making sure he's all right.
But he gets up.
He gets up. Looks like he will be staying on. Play resumes with Lower Moreland in possession. Shagog is running it down up against Attias. Ball goes out of bounds and back to Lower Moreland. Harmon gets it, then Shagog. Ball is out of bounds yet again. And back to Lower Moreland. Roll throws it in, then it's between Hudson, Shagog, and Alisea.
Ball is out again. This constant back and forth, it seems quite tedious, but I think that both teams, the Lions and the Hatters, are quite resilient because no matter how many times things slow down or get repetitive, they don't give up.
I totally agree. I think it could be easy for teams to lose whatever momentum they have when they lose possession of the ball, but the Hatters and the Lions don't let their momentum stop. They find new ways of using that momentum when they're not on the offensive. Now, score is still 2-1. We've got just about 12 minutes left on the clock, so the end is near, and Hatters are trying to score, but they're also just trying to hang on to this lead that they've acquired.
Hatters throw it in, but Lower Moreland takes control.
Lower Moreland goalie unfreezes play. Gets it over towards Diaz and Attias. Attias gets it over to Waychoff. Hatters are able to pick it back up. Scavo's going to score it. The goalie gets to it first. But the Hatters keep up that momentum. Friedman and Scavo are on top of it, getting it over towards Catherine. The ball goes out. And Lower Moreland will have possession. Krutzinger unfreezes play. Guevara throws it to Toporowski for the Hatters. Toporowski gets it over to where Catherine and Scavo are, but Lower Moreland picks it up instead. Lower Moreland's goalie is on top of it yet again. Scavo stumbles a little bit while trying to get the ball. But he hangs tough, and the Hatters will have possession. Friedman staying on top of the ball, sends it over towards Catherine and Guevara, but it goes out. Toporowski gets in there, but possession sticks with Lower Moreland as they throw it back in. Harmon and Catherine are able to get it away. Harmon trying to get around Kroll to get possession. Kroll sends it over, but Toporowski intercepts it. And possession goes back to Lower Moreland.
Cole is another player who's caught my eye this afternoon. He's a very strong offense.
He definitely is. Hatters still trying to get possession from Diaz. Friedman runs it down, kicks it, but there's no Hatters down there to pick it up, so it goes to the Lower Moreland goalie.
Lower Moreland goalie sends it back into the field. Kroll takes control of the ball.
He's being challenged a little bit by Harmon and Scavo, but he's able to get it over to Krutzinger. Krutzinger sends it down, and it goes to Schlosser. Schlossinger tosses it. Still going back and forth. It's a race between Scavo and Diaz. Diaz gets there first. But Scavo's able to get it away to Guevara.
Guevara sends it down the field.
And Lower Moreland's goalie picks it up yet again. Catherine's got it for the Hatters. He's sending it out to Friedman. Or Romano, my bad. And looks like a quick substitution there as Diaz heads off for Lower Moreland and Ernst comes back on. Hatters seem to be having the same problem repeating. They kick the ball far downfield, but there's just nobody there to pick it back up. And so possession goes to Lower Moreland yet again. We've got about 6.5 minutes left on the clock, and score is still 2-1 in favor of the Hatters. Harmon able to get the ball over towards Friedman. And it goes to Kroll. Now it's with Morris. Catherine and Hudson trying to get in there, but not quite able to get it back. Guevara looks like he got hit in the head there. Russ finally calling a stop a couple seconds later. Lower Moreland heading back to their bench while most of the Hatters are coming over to check on Guevara.
It looks like he got hit in the face by the ball, but I hope he will be okay.
That's what I saw. I hope he's doing all right. Hatters players heading back to their bench while Guevara is still on the sideline. I think by the look of it, this is the most serious injury we've had in the game today. Most of the other players who've gotten hit or who've fallen down have just walked it off or gone to the bench for a little bit. But It's looking a little serious. So Mr. Lipinski, the Hatters trainer, is over there with Guevara now. Lower Moreland and Hatters players starting to come back out onto the field.
Guevara's getting up.
Guevara's sitting up. Like Becca said, not entirely up yet. Hopefully he's hanging in there and he'll be doing okay soon. Guevara's all the way up. Looks like he's probably headed back towards the Hatters bench as he and Romano head off. Scattergood comes on. Play resumes with Hatters in possession. Catherine's got it, sent it. Goes down to the Lower Moreland goalie.
Nice punt by the Lower Moreland goalie. And a nice header from Kroll.
Scattergood's able to get it away towards Toporowski. Toporowski sending it over towards Friedman. And Elwell's running it down. Elwell managing to keep it away from Lower Moreland for a little while. And possession will go to the Hatters for a corner kick. Harmon will be taking the kick. Toporowski trying to keep it away from Lower Moreland, but isn't quite successful.
Lower Moreland defense falls back as they wait for the ball to be thrown in.
Stepanski throws it in. And it goes from Krutzinger to being out of bounds yet again. From Stepanski to Krutzinger. Krutzinger gets it over to Waychoff. Then over to Morris. Morris getting it over to Ernst, but Catherine's there, so is Toporowski. Friedman trying to intercept it. Elwell as well. Hatters trying to get in and get possession. Looks like a little bit of success from Scavo. Takes a bit of a tumble, but he gets up. He's all right. Elwell gets it over towards Kim and Toporowski. Now it's back with Lower Moreland.
Very close call.
Definitely. Lower Moreland goalie just manages to prevent the Hatters scoring another goal. We've got about 3 minutes left on the clock. Hatters are still in the lead. I think if they can just keep up this momentum and not give Lower Moreland any opportunities. Basically, if they can just run the clock out, they've got this game in the bag.
I agree, JJ, and they don't have long at all. Just about 2 minutes left in the game.
Toporowski and Kroll, by the look of it, going head-to-head there for a second, but Hatters, it appears, will have possession. That was Alicea who was going up there with Toporowski. Hatters able to pick it up. Scattergood gets it. Kicks it away. Friedman trying to keep it in. Possession will stick with the Hatters. Toporowski throws it in. Then Lower Moreland throws it in. But it goes out of bounds yet again. Toporowski throws it towards Elwell. Toporowski and Ernst both trying to run it down. Now it's up to Shagog and Kroll. Kroll sends it over to Waychoff. Lower Moreland's got the ball for now. It looks like they're going to call offsides. And the Hatters will take the kick. Harmon and Elwell both heading towards it. Scavo picks it up and just keep it in bounds. Then to Elwell. Back to Scavo, who's dealing with Waychoff and Krutzinger.
Seconds remain on the clock. I wonder if the Hatters will be able to pull off another goal.
With just about 10 seconds left, it'll be very interesting to see if the Hatters score again. Now I've got 4, 3, 2, 1. And the clock is out. Hatters were just about to take a corner kick, but they don't even need to. We've got 0 seconds left on the clock. Game is over. And the Hatters have come out on top 2-1. So it was definitely a very close game throughout the whole thing. It was really awesome to see the two teams picking up momentum. Started out slow with a lot of back and forth, but definitely interesting and well worth it. And that's a wrap. We will see you at our next production.
Tonight's sporting event is brought to you by Safe Driving Coach, coaching teens defensive driving habits that will last a lifetime.